Hello everyone, this is Jaydeep Shah from Electrical Engineering Department of KK Wagh Institute of Engineering Education and Research, Nasik. Today I will be discussing about DC motors. Learning objectives. After this session, learners will be able to understand DC motor construction, working principle of DC motor, different types of DC motor and applications of DC motor. Introduction. Almost every mechanical development that we see around us is accomplished by an electric motor. Electric machines are a method of converting energy. Motors take electrical energy and produces mechanical energy. Electric motors are utilized to power hundreds of devices we use in everyday life. Electric motors are broadly classified into two different categories: DC motor, which is direct current, and alternating current motor. In this article, in this session, we are going to discuss the DC motor and its working, and also how DC motor works. Let's start with what is DC motor. A direct current motor is a type of electric machine that converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. DC motor take electrical power through direct current and convert this energy into mechanical rotation. DC motors use magnetic fields that occur from the electrical currents generated, which powers the movement of a rotor fixed within the output shaft. The output torque and speed depends upon both electrical input and the design of the motor. So let's check different types of DC motor. First one is self-excited and second one is separately excited. So we are going to focus on self-excited type of motors, and as per your syllabus you have to focus on shunt motor and series motor. In case of wound motor, means compound motor, there are two different types: short shunt and long shunt motor. DC motor types. So apart from that series and shunt, you should know different types of DC motor: brush DC motor, brushless DC motor and stepper motor. So in your syllabus you have brush DC motors and stepper motor. So advantages of brush DC: cheapest and simplest motor. Second, speed linear to applied voltage and simple motor control. Disadvantages of this motor are high maintenance because of brush and commutator assembly, low lifespan due to physical wear of brushes. In case of brushless DC motor, advantages: high efficiency, little to no maintenance, long lifespan and high output power per frame size. Disadvantages: more complicated motor control and large initial cost. Third type is stepper motor. advantages of stepper motors are accurate position control, excellent low speed characteristics, low speed torque and long life. Disadvantages: low efficiency, prone to resonances, noise and torque ripples, cannot accelerate loads rapidly. So in coming slides, I will be discussing construction of DC motor. So generally we have two major parts. First one is your stator and your rotor. You can see there is, this one is called as commutator. I will be explaining it in coming slides. So there are two main parts of any motor, stator and rotor. On stator you are having stator winding, on rotor you are having winding as well as commutator segments. So on the rotor you can see there is armature. This one is called as armature winding. Here there is armature winding. This part is on rotor, this one is commutator. You can see there is a black brushes here, brush assembly, which touches commutator segment. This is your outer part frame, bearings, so you can see many parts in this particular image: gasket cover, gasket to frame, shaft slinger, bearing, rotor laminations. This one is rotor laminations, insulation. On stator we have winding, right? So when we wound those windings into slots of stator, we must insulate first. So you can see a white color of insulating material here. These are the commutator segments and means this one is commutator assembly. This one is a part of rotor structure. So on rotor there is a shaft, armature and commutator. Commutator is mechanical switch. It converts AC into DC and DC into AC in different condition, motor and generator. We have traction motor works in Nasik. I have seen rewinding of DC motors there. When there is any failure in motor of electric train, then they bring those motors to traction motor works at Nasik, at near Nasik Road. From Nasik Road to Aclera, when you pass, there is traction motor works, and where they remove the faulty winding and then they clean it. They again rewind that machine and check if still there is any problem, and after that, if everything is fine, they put that motor back for the use of traction purpose. So stator and stator winding, you can see from this image, and permanent magnet. So in case of stator, In in many applications, people they are using permanent magnets, rare earth magnets. And on the rotor, take this rotor and rotor winding. You can use conventional stator or you can use permanent magnets. So on this stator you mount permanent magnet. So there is no need of winding on stator. There is only one winding and that is on rotor. Now you can see here, this one is your stator, this one is your rotor. These are the permanent magnets on stator. And on rotor there is a winding which is called as armature winding. So there are many softwares and you can see the flux density, stator, rotor and the air gap. DC series motor, there are two main motors you need to understand, series motor and shunt motor. So this slide is related to series motor. DC series motor, high starting torque but no load operation advised. The applications where you need very high starting torque in trains, right? You need very high starting torque. It's not like our day-to-day life fan we have that it starts at low RPM and gradually speed increases. After 1 or 2 minutes you might get the maximum RPM. DC shunt motor is a constant speed motor. DC series motor is for high starting torque. Let's discuss the working principle. When we give electric current, when electric current supplied externally through commutator segments, commutator which is a part of rotor. This one is your armature winding. So whenever we say current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field, it experiences torque. So second case is the commutator reverses the current each half revolution to keep the torque turning the coil in the same direction. When electric current passes through a coil, a magnetic field, the magnetic force produces a torque which turns the DC motor. Next few slides are related to DC shunt motor. So there are two windings. Field winding of DC shunt motor is wound with many turns to increase the flux linkage, and the armature winding is designed to carry the higher current. So there are two windings, field winding and armature winding. Field winding is on stator, armature winding is on rotor. This is done because the torque is proportional to the armature current and flux. DC shunt motor is self-excited type of motor because the field and armature winding are energized with the same DC supply. We discussed that there are two different types, self-excited and separately excited. So let's discuss about characteristics of shunt motor. There are three characteristics: torque versus armature current. As armature current increases, there is increase in torque. When we discuss about speed and armature current characteristics, there is a slight decrease in the armature current value. When armature current increases, there is a small change in speed. That's why we call this as a constant speed machine. DC shunt motor is a constant speed machine. And last one is, third characteristics of DC shunt motor is speed versus torque. Yes, when we increase, when there is an increase in torque, again there is a decrease in speed. So torque is directly proportional to current. Let's discuss about this. Torque armature current characteristics. If the applied voltage is kept constant, the field flux remains constant. The torque of DC motor is proportional to the product of flux and the armature current. The flux and armature current. Flux is constant. So TA means armature current. TA means armature torque, IA is armature current. Torque armature current characteristics. The characteristics of torque and armature current is straight line from the origin. The shaft torque is always less than the gross torque. There are two different types of torques. This is because of stray losses. The heavy starting loads require more armature current. So shunt motor should not be started on heavy loads. You should remember this. Otherwise, it might fail to start. If you provide very high starting torque, very high starting load, then there is a chance that motor won't run at a low speed even. So for heavy load, heavy starting load, we have series motor, DC series motor. Constant speed motors are useful for generally for lathe machine, for particular fans. We will discuss the applications later on. Speed armature current characteristics. There is a decrease in speed as armature current increases. The speed of motor is directly proportional to back EMF. Now let's discuss what is back EMF. When we place current carrying conductor in a magnetic field, it experiences torque, and because of that it starts moving in particular direction. But now when we move conductor in a magnetic field, it induces, there is a induction of EMF. and that EMF is in opposite direction. That's why we call this is a back EMF. So the speed of motor is directly proportional to the back EMF EB and reciprocal to the flux. So speed is proportional to EB and inversely proportional to flux. The back EMF EB is equal to V minus IaRa. Back EMF of DC machine is equal to V means terminal voltage. EMF means actually induced EMF, but V is terminal voltage. Those two are not the same thing. So back EMF EB is equal to V minus IaRa. Ia means current flowing from armature winding. Ra means resistance of armature winding. Speed armature current characteristics. With the increase in the armature current with a load, the back EMF decreases very small due to small IaRa voltage drop, as armature resistance is very low. The flux also decreases with an increase in load current due to the armature reaction. We will discuss about armature reaction in coming slides. Thus the ratio of EB by phi remains almost constant and the speed of motor is almost constant with an increase of armature current with loading. Therefore, DC shunt motor is a constant speed motor. Speed torque characteristics. The change in speed of motor is negligible with the torque. Armature reaction. In a DC machine, two kinds of magnetic fluxes are present: armature flux and main field flux. The effect of armature flux on the main field flux is called as armature reaction. There are two different magnetic field. One is because of armature flux, second one is because of main field. When these two interacts, then armature reaction comes in a picture. The adverse effects of armature reaction. Armature reaction weakens the main flux. In case of DC generator, weakening of main flux reduces generated voltage. Armature reaction distorts the main flux, hence the position of magnetic neutral axis gets shifted. Brushes should be placed on the magnetic neutral axis, otherwise it will lead to sparking at the surface of brushes. So due to armature reaction, it is hard to determine the exact position of magnetic neutral axis. How to reduce armature reaction? Usually no special efforts are taken for small machines to reduce the armature reaction, but for the large DC machines, compensating winding and interpoles are used to get rid of ill effects of armature reaction. So as you can see, in first case we have main field flux because of stator winding. Second one is armature flux because of rotor winding. When current flows from rotor winding, there is an armature flux, and because of interaction of these two, you can see there is a change in position of magnetic neutral axis. So from this diagram you can see it clearly. Distorted main flux, and this one is armature flux. Applications of DC motor. Thanks to the different types of DC motors available, there are a wide variety of applications of DC motors. The previous section considered some of the various applications and circumstances where DC motors are used, the benefits of various types of motors. We discuss about DC series and shunt. Series motor is useful for high starting load, shunt motor is useful for constant speed application. While each type has its advantages, broadly speaking, there are various uses of DC motor. At home, small DC motors are used in tools, toys, and various household appliances. In retail, the applications of DC motors include conveyors, turntables, while in industrial settings, large DC motors uses also include braking and reversing. You might have seen this. So here we have four small DC motors, quadcopter. So those four motors are identical and we should run those motors at the same speed. Not only quadcopter, wheelchair also includes DC motor. Nowadays many people they are using brushless DC motor for wheelchairs. Few people demonstrated that for small scale construction, yes, we can use quadcopter. Military robots, military warfare, military robots, in many cases they are using DC motors. You should seal those motors um, perfectly. Excuse me. Might have seen this before in many videos. So for traction, for motion, motor is used here, but in these joints also there are few DC motors of different ratings. Military warfare and surveillance at remote places, many teams they use this type of military robots. You might have seen some of the episodes of Future Weapons. So if we design motor at the base level, it will help our soldiers. Again, this one is very powerful DC motor application because this machine, this vehicle is very heavy. So you need high starting torque here. High starting torque means DC series motor. Industrial robotics, industrial automation, we all talk about industry 4.0, but moving motor and controlling the speed is very crucial. Monocycle, winch, lathe machine, robots, two-wheel vehicle, golf cart, everywhere DC machines are used. Robots for hospitals. There might be more than 8 motors here. Minimum 8 to 10 motors. This humanoid type of robots are using. Many students they design electric vehicles, right? So those electric vehicles uses brushless DC motors too. Small scale vehicles they uses brushless DC motor, but larger vehicle generally uses three-phase induction motor. These are my references. You can refer these references for better understanding. And these are the important PDFs. Those PDF reports are having few equations also. You can go through this PDFs. So thank you very much.